Starts right now.
Good afternoon, South Florida. I'm Christy Kruger.
And I'm Samantha Bryant. Here's a look at stories making news on this Wednesday. First responders in the Bahamas are doing all that they can to rescue victims from Hurricane Dorian, the historic and violent storm causing some devastation with homes splintered, and you can see trees stripped and water everywhere. The Bahamian Prime Minister confirmed 2 more deaths, bringing that toll to 7 people killed, but he says those numbers will go up.
And with that widespread destruction, efforts are already underway to gather aid to send to the islands as quickly as possible. Supplies have been pouring in at a number of locations, and lots of organizations are wanting to help out. Local 10's Care Force has partnered with South Florida Relief Efforts for the Bahamas.
And you can bring supplies to 2 locations in Coconut Grove. We have Christ Episcopal Church on 3481 Hibiscus Street. They're collecting donations.
And in Dania Beach, head on over to Nautical Ventures Marine Superstore. That's at 50 South Bryan Road.
And of course, we're looking for non-perishable food, as well as hygiene kits, as well as tissue, toothpaste, toilet paper, baby formula, bottles and supplies, very important, as well as flashlights, batteries, mosquito repellent, preferably DEET-free, and first aid supplies, sunscreen, and as well as pet food. And for more of that we need and more locations where you can drop off donations, you can head over to our local10.com website.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
And we have an update now on a deadly crash in Coconut Creek where a driver plunged into a retention pond. This happened along the Sawgrass Expressway in the northbound ramp at Florida Turnpike. 3 people inside the car at the time. We're now learning none of them survived. The victims have been identified as Bobby Matthew, Dolly Matthew, and Stephen Menage. Authorities are working to figure out exactly what caused that crash. And as breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online.
That's right. Head over to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.